From the very first moments shown in the episode 5 trailer, we can clearly feel that something is broken between Benedict Bridgerton and Sophie Beckett. And honestly, this is exactly what we feared would happen. After Benedict's proposal, the one that was filled with love but also filled with misunderstanding, Sophie is no longer the same with him. You can see it in her eyes. She is quieter, more distant, and even though Benedict is standing right in front of her, it feels like they are worlds apart. Because Sophie is not just hurt by his words, she is hurt by what those words meant. She believed that Benedict saw her as an equal, as someone worthy of love and respect. But when he asked her to stay in his life without giving her his name, it made her feel like she would always remain invisible. And this is something Sophie cannot accept, no matter how much she loves him. At the same time, what makes this situation even more painful is that Benedict himself is also suffering. The trailer shows us a Benedict who is no longer confident, no longer sure of himself. For the first time, he looks lost, because deep inside, he knows he made a mistake. He knows he hurt the one person he truly loves. But the problem is, Benedict is now trapped between his heart and the world he was born into. In his world, every decision has consequences. Every choice affects not only him, but his entire family. And this fear is what is holding him back. This fear is what is stopping him from running to Sophie and telling her the truth about how deeply he loves her. But what makes episode 5 even more emotional is the growing tension between them. In the trailer, we see moments where they are forced to be near each other, moments where they want to speak but cannot find the words. And this silence is louder than anything else. Because when two people love each other this much, silence becomes unbearable. Every glance becomes painful. Every second becomes a reminder of what they had, and what they might lose forever. And the most heartbreaking part is that neither of them wants this distance. Sophie is protecting herself. Benedict is fighting with himself. And both of them are slowly realizing that love is not as simple as they once believed. However, there is something else in the trailer that changes everything. We can see that Benedict is starting to understand Sophie in a way he never did before. He is beginning to see her pain, her strength, and the sacrifices she has made all her life. And this realization is the beginning of his transformation. Because Benedict is not someone who gives up on love. He is someone who learns from his mistakes, someone who grows. And episode 5 will be the moment where he finally understands what Sophie truly means to him. Not just as someone he desires, but as someone he cannot live without. At the same time, Sophie herself is also reaching a breaking point. She cannot continue living in the same house, seeing Benedict every day, pretending that her heart is not breaking. And the trailer strongly hints that Sophie may make a decision that will change both of their lives forever. A decision to walk away. A decision to protect her heart before it is too late. And if that happens, Benedict may realize the truth only when he is about to lose her completely. And this is why episode 5 is so important. Because this is not the episode where their story ends. This is the episode where their story truly begins. The pain, the distance, the misunderstandings, all of it is leading them to a moment where they will be forced to confront their true feelings. And when that moment comes, Benedict will have to decide who he really is. A man who follows society's rules, or a man who follows his heart. And if the trailer has shown us anything, it is that Benedict Bridge. Episode 5 is not just about love, it's about the truths that have been hidden for far too long. The trailer gives us a chilling glimpse into the secrets that are about to surface, secrets that will shake the Bridgerton household to its very core. Sophie's past, which has been carefully guarded, is starting to unravel. Every glance, every whispered conversation hints that someone is about to reveal the truth that could change everything between her and Benedict. And what makes this moment even more suspenseful is that it's not just about Sophie, it's about everyone around her, because in this world, secrets never stay buried for long, and once they're out, there's no turning back. We see tension rising in every corner of the trailer. There are moments where Sophie appears nervous, her hands trembling, her eyes scanning the room as if expecting a revelation at any second. Benedict, on the other hand, looks determined but tormented. He is on the brink of discovering the truth, but the trailer teases that the timing will not be perfect. When Benedict finally learns about Sophie's hidden identity, the anger, the betrayal, and the hurt are going to explode. He will feel as though every moment he spent searching for her, every choice he made in her name, has been tainted by lies he never knew existed. This is not just about misunderstanding. It's about the kind of heartbreak that can either destroy love or make it stronger than ever. The trailer also hints at unexpected betrayals from those closest to Sophie. People she trusts may not be entirely loyal, and small actions in the past are coming back to haunt her in the present. Eremia, her stepmother, is positioned as a looming threat, and the tension around her presence is palpable. Every scene in the trailer where she appears adds a shadow of fear and suspense, because it's clear that she will not let Sophie move forward without a fight. And yet, there's an even deeper emotional layer. The ones who love Sophie may be forced. Meanwhile, the trailer teases that external pressures are mounting. The social expectations, the whispers of the ton, and the looming danger of scandal make every interaction more intense. Benedict's family, who have been silent observers until now, are stepping into the story in ways that will force both him and Sophie to make decisions that could change the course of their lives forever. And while the audience watches, a sense of urgency builds, because it's clear that these revelations will not wait. They will arrive suddenly, hitting Sophie and Benedict when they are most vulnerable. At the heart of it all, the trailer makes it impossible to ignore the emotional stakes. Sophie's freedom, her identity, and her love are all at risk, and Benedict's ability to fight for her is being tested like never before. Each clip in the trailer, each tense pause, each anguished look, is a reminder that in this world, love and trust are fragile. One misstep, one untold truth, and everything could collapse. But perhaps what makes this episode so thrilling is that the trailer doesn't give answers, it gives questions. Questions about loyalty, identity, and the lengths we go to protect the ones we love. And that is the brilliance of this episode. It is the perfect mix of suspense and emotion. While we wait to see how Sophie and Benedict will navigate these revelations, we are also reminded that every choice has consequences. Episode 5 is shaping up to be the episode where the delicate balance of love and loyalty is put to the ultimate test. And by the time the trailer ends, one thing is certain: the Bridgerton world is no longer safe, no longer predictable, and Sophie and Benedict's story is more urgent, more fragile, and more thrilling than ever before. The tension, the betrayal, and the emotional weight make this episode feel like a turning point. And if the trailer is any indication, Episode 5 is the moment where secrets will no longer stay hidden. Relationships will be tested. While Sophie and Benedict's story is storming with emotion, the trailer also shines a spotlight on Francesca Bridgerton, whose path this season is quietly becoming the most intriguing of all. Episode 5 hints that Francesca is standing at the crossroads of her heart and her mind, a place where love feels exhilarating, but also terrifying. For the first time, we see her questioning what she truly wants, caught between the familiar comfort of John and the shocking allure of his sister Michaela. And the trailer cleverly teases that this is not a simple crush or fleeting infatuation. Francesca's heart is being pulled in directions she doesn't fully understand, and every look, every word exchanged is heavy with unspoken desire. The tension around Francesca in this episode is palpable, because we see glimpses of her internal struggle. She is clearly drawn to Michaela in a way that surprises even herself. The trailer shows moments where Francesca's composure falters. Her eyes linger a fraction too long, her smiles are tinged with uncertainty, and there are pauses in conversation that speak louder than any dialogue ever could. These moments are layered with suspense because we, as viewers, know that every glance and hesitation carries weight. It is a delicate dance of curiosity and fear. Francesca is fascinated by Michaela, but terrified of the consequences of exploring these feelings. This is the part of the trailer that makes your heart race. The realization that love is complicated, sometimes forbidden, and always unpredictable. Meanwhile, John's presence looms over Francesca, offering stability and familiarity, yet the trailer hints that comfort may no longer be enough. We see fleeting interactions where Francesca is clearly unsettled, moments where her gaze shifts to Michaela as if her very soul is being pulled towards something unknown. And this creates a powerful sense of suspense. Will Francesca follow the path of security, or will she let herself be guided by the sudden? Episode 5 teases that her choices will not just affect her own story. They will ripple outward, changing the dynamics of relationships around her and setting up future conflicts and heartbreak. the trailer also cleverly hints at external complications. Michaela's arrival is not merely a twist in romance. It carries with it secrets, misunderstandings, and societal pressures that could make Francesca question everything she believes about love and loyalty. The tension in these scenes is thick. Every whispered word and lingering look has the potential to ignite jealousy, confusion, or scandal. And because Francesca is someone who feels deeply, every emotion is amplified. The trailer makes it clear that Francesca's season is about more than just love. It's about self-discovery, understanding desire, and confronting feelings that are messy, unpredictable, and potentially life-changing. What makes this storyline so gripping in episode 5 is the perfect balance between intrigue and emotional vulnerability. Francesca is not a character who acts lightly. She weighs every choice, every word, every glance. But the trailer suggests that in this episode, she may be pushed to act, not just think. Every heartbeat, every hesitation shown in the clips carries suspense because viewers know that one small choice could dramatically shift the course of her life. And the beauty of it is that this struggle mirrors so many real-life experiences. The tension between what we desire and what we feel we should do, the pull of passion versus the safety of the familiar, the thrill of the unknown versus the comfort of certainty. By the end of the trailer, it is clear that Francesca's story in episode 5 is far from simple. It is thrilling, suspenseful, and emotionally charged. Every scene teases that Francesca may discover not just her feelings, but also her strength, the courage to face the uncertainty of love and to embrace whatever consequences come with it. And just like Sophie and Benedict, episode 5 is shaping up to be the moment where Francesca steps out of the shadows, confronts the desires she has been avoiding, and begins a path that could redefine everything we thought we knew about her heart. Francesca's storyline reminds us that in Bridgerton, love is never simple, and no heart is untouched by the twists of fate. Episode 5 doesn't just continue her story, it escalates it, ratcheting up the suspense, teasing the unspoken, and leaving viewers desperate to see which path Francesca will choose. Her confusion, her longing, and the suspense of her decisions make this episode irresistible, and the trailer perfectly captures the thrill of watching a heart torn in two, unsure which direction it will finally take. While episode 5 brings tension, heartbreak, and shocking revelations, the trailer also gives us something deeply emotional and unexpectedly beautiful: the continuation of Violet Bridgerton's journey. Because for the first time in so many years, Violet is no longer just a mother watching her children fall in love. She is a woman allowing herself to feel love again. And what makes this so powerful is that Violet herself never expected this moment to come. After losing the love of her life, she had accepted a future filled only with memories. But now, everything is changing. And episode 5 is where we begin to see just how real and how terrifying this change is for her. The trailer shows Violet in moments of quiet reflection, moments where she seems both happy and afraid at the same time. Because loving again is not easy. Loving again means opening a heart that was once broken beyond repair. And in Lord Marcus, she has found someone who makes her feel seen, understood, and alive in a way she hasn't felt in years. But with these feelings also comes fear. Fear of judgment. Fear of moving forward. Fear of allowing herself to fully embrace something that could once again be taken away from her. And this emotional conflict is written all over her face in. At the same time, episode 5 hints that their relationship is beginning to deepen in ways that will soon become impossible to ignore. Their conversations are no longer casual. Their connection is no longer uncertain. There is a growing intimacy between them, one that feels natural but also overwhelming. And the trailer suggests that Violet herself may soon have to confront a truth she has been avoiding, that she deserves happiness no matter what society may think. This realization is not just emotional, it is transformative, because Violet has spent her entire life putting her children first. But now, she is being given the chance to choose herself, and that choice could change everything. However, the path forward will not be simple. The world Violet lives in has expectations, and stepping outside those expectations always comes with consequences. The trailer subtly hints that others are beginning to notice the closeness between Violet and Marcus. The looks, the whispers, the silent observations, they all create a sense that their love story will not remain private for long. And this creates suspense, because Violet will soon have to decide whether she is strong enough to stand against society's judgment and follow her heart. This is not just a story about romance, it is a story about courage. The courage to love again after loss, the courage to embrace happiness after years of loneliness. Meanwhile, what makes this storyline even more emotional is how it connects to the larger Bridgerton family. Violet's journey is not happening in isolation. Her children, who have always seen her as their source of strength, may soon see a different side of her, a vulnerable side, a hopeful side, a side that reminds them she is not just their mother, but also a woman with her own dreams and desires. Episode 5 hints that this shift could change the entire emotional dynamic of the family. Because when Violet begins to move forward, it gives everyone else permission to believe in second chances too. The trailer makes it clear that Violet's story in Episode 5 will be filled with tenderness, uncertainty, and emotional depth. Her connection with Marcus is not rushed. It is careful, meaningful, and deeply human. And yet, beneath that tenderness lies suspense. Because love always carries risk, and Violet knows this better than anyone. She knows what it means to lose love. She knows the pain of goodbye, and this is why every step she takes toward Marcus feels both beautiful and terrifying. By the end of the trailer, one thing becomes very clear. Violet Bridgerton is standing on the edge of a new chapter in her life. A chapter filled with hope, but also uncertainty. A chapter that will require her to be braver than she has ever been before. And Episode 5 will be the moment where she must decide whether she is ready to embrace this new beginning, or whether fear will hold her back once again. Because sometimes, the greatest love stories are not the ones that begin easily, but the ones that begin after everything else has already been lost.